What's up, everybody? It's your favorite good girl's hard to find, favorite nerd. Today we are looking at the Toys R Us Marvel Legends exclusive 2-pack Scott Summers, Cyclops, and Jean Grey Marvel Girl, or now as the Phoenix. And interesting story to this. I think I'll save it for story time. It's not the greatest story in the world, but I'll save it to be a little something for us to do today. There's a number of interesting things going on here. Some good, some bad. We'll talk about it, but let's just go figure by figure. Let's do Jean Grey first. The first accessory we're going to go over is this Phoenix kind of firebird, which is cool skull-wise. It goes from this orange, this light orange, to this dark orange translucent, but it is very difficult to actually get her to use it. Like, it curls around her arm, and then I guess you're supposed to have her hand out like this, and then the bird will sit in it, but it doesn't really stay balanced. Let me see if I can't. It's not great. It's a cool idea. Maybe this will do better. I'm grasping at straws, and she's grasping at this bird. So we're just gonna do what we can. Yeah, it's a cool idea. It just should have been executed better because I would have loved to have her had this effect. You can get it balanced if you work real hard and then stay real still, but it is just frustrating. Then she comes with two heads. This one, sculpt-wise, is identical to the one that she has on, except it's regular hair. It has a deep wash on it, which looks really good, of a darker red on top. And then the eyes and everything is painted really well. The eyes have 2 layers of green at least, and then there's like the eyeliner around, the red lips, the white teeth, and then the eyebrows. All that's painted well and sculpted well. This is great, and this is just beautiful custom fodder right here. I'm thinking about just putting this as a Mary Jade. Not Mary Jade, what am I thinking of? I'm thinking of Luke's wife, Mara Jade. Mara Jade. So I'm thinking about using this for a custom if I can never get around to doing anything else than sitting behind this camera. But same sort of thing, detailing wise. The eyes are painted beautifully. The eyeliner, the eyebrows, the lips, red hair, and then a deep wash over top of the red hair. It all looks really good. This hair is awesome. It goes from this light orange translucent all the way to like a full red, and it looks great. The eyes and stuff are painted beautifully with like the Phoenix effect, like the orange eye, the white eyeball, the black lines all the way around the eye, and then the red eyebrows. I think they should be doing black lines all around the eye for every figure, as opposed to just leaving some of it open white on this end. I think they should be going around the eye completely. I know some people think it makes it look evil, but I think it looks cool. And then the darker lipstick and then the white teeth. It looks fantastic. Great job. The paint design on the Phoenix symbol is really sharp and well done. And then the actual figure, the red, is shaded. It's subtle, but it's there. And they did a pretty good job. The only problem is that it doesn't match the arms or the thighs. It does match these hip pieces, so that's a little strange, but it is there. And then we have the Phoenix symbol painted on the floating belt piece as well. Articulation-wise, you have a ball joint in the diaphragm that gets you around like this. The paint on the bird does continue up, so that's a nice touch. Disc hinge shoulders, they get you up to there and around. No bicep swivel, you get it at the elbow. Let's see here. I think the gold is, I can't tell. So either way, it's done well as far as I think it might be, I think it's gold plastic painted red. Interesting. And the red is shaded. So gold plastic all throughout here. Elbow bend gets you 90 degrees on a single hinge. Wrist in, out. No, up, down hinge, and then the swivel, and then you have like the posing hands on each, and it's the same for each. T-jointed ball joints for hips, still limited, get you up to there. Front and back, no problem, full Monty there. And then the thigh swivel, this one's a little loose, but you know what, I'll take it over some of those that are too tight recently. Double jointed knee, get you pretty much all the way around, so no problems there. Ankle, rocker, tilt, up, tilt, down. This is all gold plastic. I'm assuming. I don't know. Either way, it's done well. Lines are sharp and paint is sharp. There's not a lot to her, but what is there is done really well. And then we have Cyclops. Big issues here. First of all, this isn't right. You can see right through him, if you know what I'm saying. And then if you want, you can see through them on the other side. So that's not great. They try to do like a highlighting effect, but it's really strange. It doesn't look bad on the arms, and it doesn't look bad on the legs. On the chest, it looks okay, but there's a really sharp line here, and then there's a really sharp line there, and it just looks like he has a dark blue stripe across his collarbone. This arm is done well as well, and so are the hips. Maybe they're a little too sharp of a line at the top of the hips, and then the head just looks like it has a blue stripe across it. Sculpt-wise, though, is pretty cool, the head anyway. The face looks great. Gold plastic glued on here with the red painted on underneath, and then these two pieces painted gold, and it doesn't quite match, but I think it looks good enough. Ball hinge, it's a good joint there. Ball hinge gets you up to there, down to there, without destroying the sculpt, down to there, and up to there. Swivel, so no problems really whatsoever, just that's paint malarkey. And then we have a waist swivel. No problems there. We have an ab crunch, gets you down and back. Slight one click, yeah. Disc hinge shoulders, they get you up to there. Bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, wrist swivel, and hinge in out with the hand of I'm gonna shoot you. But I have a hard time getting his hand to his visor, and his visor keeps popping off. So, not the best. Other hand, same except you have a fist with the hinge in out. This is blue painted on yellow here. It's not the worst. It looks pretty good. They usually have issues when they paint over top of a joint, but this one doesn't look all that bad. Floating belt here with the X painted on black. We have T-jointed ball joints for hips. They get you out to there. Front and back to there. Thigh swivel, double jointed knee, boot swivel, ankle tilt up, ankle tilt down, and rocker. We've seen these boots before. They're sculpted really nicely, and the idea behind this figure is really good, like how they were going to go about doing it. It's just like, I appreciate them trying to use highlights on a paint job, but it's just such the lowest common denominator in terms of how they actually did it. Final thoughts wise, what this set boils down to is a lot of good ideas with very poor execution. The Flame Bird, great idea. Execution, not great. I got it to work here, but I can tell you behind the scenes, it was quite frustrating. Highlight paint on the dark blues on Cyclops, great idea. Execution wise, not the best. So what we have here are a number of great ideas that just aren't executed properly. That being said, the base of the both figures both work. Cyclops works, Phoenix works, and they pull off the look with no problem. Things to write home about: the number of heads you get with Jean Grey, and then the number of customs they can potentially lead to. The head that comes stock on Jean Grey, which is this one, which is absolutely beautiful. One of their best head sculpts and paint jobs I've ever seen. And then the Cyclops paint job, and then the paint on the lower thighs and arms look good as well. And as you can see, I did finally get him in a pose where he could reach the visor. Not the easiest thing to do, but I was able to do it. So yeah, do I think it's worth $40? Absolutely not. If you're an X-Men fan, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, right? I try to always support the X-Men stuff because I want them to continue to make X-Men stuff. That being said, if you're interested in either one of them, you can find them at Toys R Us. I had no problems. We'll get to that here in a second. I don't recommend them unless you're in love with this Phoenix like I am. If you're in love with this Phoenix like I am, the Cyclops will make it worth it. And now I gotta find somebody to buy this Cyclops. But if you're in love with this Phoenix like I am, you won't have any regrets, because I don't have any regrets, because she really does look beautiful. It's one of their more well executed but simple base figures that they've done in the past few years. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.
I pre-order most of my figures, but there are some figures that I do buy, and I do hunt for. Marvel Legends are usually the type of figure that I will hunt for. That being said, this is the first time only that I've ever heard that they were released. I went to the store on my first try, I walked in, and there they were sitting in front of me. If I could be so lucky to walk into a store and find what I was looking for when I was looking for it, it would negate an awful lot of my pre-orders. Hasbro, I wish they would learn something about this distribution technique. It worked like a champ. I got news that they were released. I went to the store, I walked in, and I bought it. I walked out, my wife couldn't believe it. The amount of times that I walked back to the car empty-handed is, I mean, it's 30 to 1, easily. So I just had to document this when I look back on these videos and try to remember that this was one set. I went one time, found what I was looking for, and walked out. Hallelujah.